Donald Trump is pissed off. Well, that's no big news. He's always angry. He's angry that he's not the president. He's angry that he lost the election. He's angry that he's not being treated as a god. He's angry because he may be losing this election too. But here's a simple thing. Now he's angry because after weeks of screaming that Kamala Harris won't do any interviews, she started to do interviews. First with 60 Minutes, then with Stephen Colbert on his late night show, then with a podcast called Call Me Daddy, which has millions of listeners and followers, and of course with Howard Stern, Donald Trump's best friend, well, former best friend, now that he's interviewed Harris and pretty much given her the green light and his endorsement. But now he's taking things way too far. After the interview with 60 Minutes, Donald Trump today, as in October the 10th, released a tweet storm on Truth Social. These are his angry truths. Anyway, 60 Minutes is a major part of the news organization of CBS, which has just created the greatest fraud in broadcast history. CBS should lose its license and it should be bid out to the highest bidder, as should all other broadcast licenses, because they are just as corrupt as CBS and maybe even worse. What exactly fraud are you talking about, Trump? It gets worse. The fraud committed by 60 Minutes and CBS together with the DNC, the Democrat Party, is the single biggest scandal in broadcast history. What fraud are you talking about? Seriously, what fraud are you talking about? A gigantic fake news scam by CBS and 60 Minutes. Her real answers were crazy or dumb, so they actually replaced it with another answer in order to save her or at least make her look better. A fake news scam, which is totally illegal. Take away the CBS license, election interference. She is a moron, and the fake news media wants to hide that fact. An unprecedented scandal. The Dems got to them, and to do this and should be forced to concede the election? Wow. You can't be serious, Trump. You honestly cannot be serious. And the last one, just cherry on top. I've never seen this before, but the producers of 60 Minutes sliced and diced, cut and paste, lying Kamala's answers to questions, which are virtually incoherent, over and over again, some by many as 4 times in a single sentence, and through an effort, possibly illegal, as part of the news division, which must be licensed to make look more presidential or at least better. It may be a major campaign finance violation. This is a stain on the reputation of 60 Minutes, and that is not recoverable. It will always remain with this one storied brand. I have never heard of such a thing being done in news. It is the very definition of fake news. The public is owed a major and immediate apology. This is an open and shut case and must be investigated starting today. I'm going to ask this question, and I'm not being funny or idiotic, but are you on fucking drugs? Seriously, I'm asking the question, are you on drugs, Trump? The interview was sliced and diced. Trump, that never happened. She went to 60 Minutes to have an interview after weeks of people like you and the MAGA saying that, excuse me, I have a small cold. After weeks of saying that she doesn't do interviews, she does interviews with 60 Minutes, Howard Stern, a podcast, The View, I forgot to mention them, and Stephen Colbert. That's 5 interviews in 1 week. She's supposed to have, at the time I'm talking right now, she's supposed to have a rally in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania tonight. That being, of course, October the 10th. Tonight. And you're telling me that oh man, this guy. Anyway, Donald Trump, I really don't know why you're so angry about. She's out there kicking ass when it comes to media attention. You are out there pissed off because you can't handle the facts. The reason why you didn't do your interview, matter of fact, I posted this short video a few days ago as to why 60 Minutes didn't interview Trump or Vance like they did Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Take a look at this.
Trump backed out. Coward! The campaign offered shifting explanations. First, it complained that we would fact-check the interview.
Chicken blood.
We fact-check every story. Later, Trump said he needed an apology for his interview in 2020.
Punk ass.
Trump claims correspondent Leslie Stahl said in that interview that Hunter Biden's controversial laptop came from Russia. She never said that.
Punk bitch!
Trump has said his opponent doesn't do interviews because she can't handle them. He had previously declined another debate with Harris.
You're just a fake bitch.
So tonight may have been the largest audience for the candidates between now and Election Day. Our questions addressed the economy, immigration, reproductive rights, and the wars in the Middle East and Europe. Both campaigns understood this special would go ahead if either candidate backed out.
Cowards! Cowards!
Smell it on his father. Smell it on him. Chicken blood.
So you were afraid of being fact-checked. You were afraid that you can't lie your ass out of every question Leslie Stahl or whoever else was going to interview on 60 Minutes. You were angry because you couldn't lie your ass out of it. There's one word for that, Trump. Cowardice. You are a straight-up coward. Because you couldn't handle the fact that you're going to be asked some very hard questions on things you have said and things you have proposed for your term if you become president again. You are a straight-up bitch-made coward. And this isn't the only time. The Harris campaign posted this ad you're about to see in a moment of when the last time you did interview with 60 Minutes in 2020 during your campaign, which you lost to Joe Biden. Take a look.
You ready for some tough questions?
You're going to be fair.
But you're okay with some tough questions?
No, I'm not.
Why didn't your administration take those steps in 2021?
The first bill we proposed to Congress was to fix our broken immigration system. It was not taken up. A bipartisan group of members of the United States Senate, including one of the most conservative members of the United States Senate, got together, came up with a border security bill. Donald Trump got word, so he told his buddies in Congress, kill the bill, don't let it move forward.
But no, your first question was, this is going to be tough questions.
Would you meet with President Vladimir Putin to negotiate a solution to the war in Ukraine?
Not bilaterally without Ukraine. No. Ukraine must have a say in the future of Ukraine.
I think we have enough of an interview here, Hope. Okay, that's enough. Let's go.
If he is not going to give your viewers the ability to have a meaningful, thoughtful conversation, question and answer with you, then watch his rallies. You're going to hear conversations that are about himself and all of his personal grievances. And what you will not hear is anything about you, the listener.
So we're waiting for an apology. They want to do it again. I'll do it again, but they got to don't you think I should make them apologize?
When Leslie Stahl asked you, you're going to be asked some hard questions. Are you ready to answer some hard questions? You walked out of the room. Coward. Bitch. Liar. Pussy. Chicken blood. All of that applied to you the moment you walked out of that interview. And you have the nerve to scream about how Kamala Harris and how this huge, another conspiracy theory as to how it was sliced and diced to make her look good. She doesn't need CBS to make her look good. You need everyone to make you look good. You need everyone to make you look not like the bastard we see every day. But the one thing I really need to talk about is the fact that Trump wants to take away broadcasting licenses from CBS and ABC, NBC, and everyone else that's pissed him off. And it reminds me of that answer that J.D. Vance gave to Tim Walz during their debate. When Tim Walz asked, did Donald Trump lose the 2020 election? This was his response.
Did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris censor Americans from speaking their mind in the wake of the 2020 COVID situation?
That is a damning non-answer.
It's a damning non-answer for you to not talk about censorship. Obviously, Donald Trump and I think that there were problems in 2020. We've talked about it.
So you're talking about censorship? You really want to go there, Walt? You really want to go there, Vance? You seriously want to go there? Trump is wanting to take business broadcasting licenses away from networks that pissed him off because he can't handle hard questions, because he can't handle being fact-checked. He's angry. He's pissed. And he wants the media to be censored. Why aren't you talking about that, JD? Why aren't you talking about that? Since censorship seems to be a big theme with you, why aren't you talking about that? That Donald Trump wants to pull broadcasting licenses because they pissed him off. Because he can't lie their asses off at them. So why aren't you talking about that? Obviously, you don't want to talk about that because you yourself are a coward. You don't want to talk about that because you yourself are suckling at the teat of Donald Trump, as the rest of this insane followers. Here's the real facts about this, Trump. Not everyone is going to like you. Not everyone's going to love you. Not everyone's going to bend their knees and kiss your ass. Not everyone is going to say, all hail Trump. Not everyone is going to say, you're the best, Trump. You're the man, Trump. You're the man. Not everyone's going to do that, Trump. And in the government we have here, in the United States of America, we have something called checks and balances. You're our employee, Trump. You were our employee from 2020 to 2024. And you failed. And when the time came for you to ask us to employ you again, we fired your ass. And that's what pisses you off the more. That we have representative government here. And we're going to exercise that representative government in the next few weeks, when we, the real Americans, vote for her and fire your ass again. No, actually not in this case. You got fired in 2024. I'm sorry, not 2020, in 2020. And we're not going to rehire your ass in 2024. You see, Trump, you screaming and hollering about how the media is unfair to you, how everything is a conspiracy against you, is not going to win you votes. It'll keep you in good stead with the rest of your empty-head MAGA idiots. But in the end of the day, in the final analysis, what is it going to accomplish? You still haven't given us an idea of what you're going to do as president to make sure our freedoms remain strong, for our country to remain strong, to make sure our America stays healthy. You have concepts, using your words, Trump, concepts of a plan. Those concepts aren't going to feed people. Those concepts are not going to keep this country safe. Those concepts are not going to keep America strong. Those concepts are not going to keep our freedoms #1 paramount. All you want is revenge. All you want is power. And that's why we're not voting for you. That and the fact that you act like a bitch every time you're questioned until you go into one of your safe spaces with Tucker Carlson and the rest of Fox News, ONN, and any other right-wing podcast. They'll let you lie your ass off for a time, but in the end of the day, we have the facts and we know the truth. The fact is, Trump, you never said the truth. You probably came out of your mama's womb lying. And that's why you're pissed off, because you can't lie to the American people anymore. Because we've seen your act. We've seen the act of your followers. We've seen the act of your family. We've seen the act of those in Congress and the Senate that follow you. We've seen it all, Trump. And you can't bullshit your way out of it. And that is why you are so angry. You are so angry because you can't take the truth. You can't be questioned in your mind, and you don't know how to handle it. You can't handle being questioned. You can't handle being asked, how are we going to do this? Why not this way? You can't handle, matter of fact, the entire time you've been president, the entire time of your presidential campaign, up to this very day, you can't handle the hard questions. And that's why you're lashing out at everyone, creating lies and conspiracy theories that don't hold an ounce of water. Because you're nothing more than a crybaby bitch. I can't even call you a boy, because you're a bitch. You have been when you were a kid, you have been going into adulthood, and you are now. You can't handle the fact that someone else could be the president of the United States and not you. You can't handle the fact that if you even get reelected, that someone's going to question you, and you're going to act like the dictator you say you want to be. And that's why, in the next few weeks, early voting has started. Make a plan. Fight with our votes. This is our last chance, and time is running out. You saw Donald Trump's truths. He will destroy the Constitution the second someone questions him. It might not even be someone from CNN or MSNBC. It might be just me, Mr. Joe Blow, here on YouTube. It might be you, just posting something on Facebook. Now's the time to put this to an end. We have to end it in November. Make a plan. Fight with our votes. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.